In this video, we'll be looking at further examples of figurative expressions, and we'll be continuing with personification. Now, what is personification? Personification is simply giving human attributes to non-living things. Now, what do I mean by this? It is giving animate abilities to inanimate things. So, for instance, you could have an expression that says the sun is smiling. Now, the ability to smile is one that belongs to humans, and so the sun, as a non-living thing, cannot smile. So, the expression there is a personified one. That is, you're giving the attribute of a human being to a sun. Now, you could also say the trees danced merrily in the wind. Now, trees by nature don't dance. Now, what we are trying to say is that the trees were swaying in the wind. So, using that word dance for trees there is an attempt to personify the trees. Moving on, paradox. Now, what is a paradox? A paradox is a seemingly absurd statement at first glance which doesn't make sense, and afterwards does have some sense to it. For example, we may have heard the expression, the child is the father of the man. Now, when you look at that at first glance, how can the child be the father of the man? Well, if you look at it truly, you first have to be a child before you become a man. So it is okay to say the child is the father of the man. Now, you also have another popular one attributed to T.S. Eliot. It says, teach us not to care and not care. Teach us not to care and not care. Now, if you look at it, it looks absurd at the beginning. Teach us not to care and not care. It looks like it's negating itself. But that's not the case, because it simply means teach us not to care and also care. So the idea is you have to know the things to care about and the things not to care about. So paradoxical statements look seemingly absurd at the beginning, but at a closer look, you discover that they are actually statements that make sense. The next on our list is euphemism. Now, what is an euphemism? An euphemism is a figurative expression that attempts to make something that is seemingly bad look less bad, or something that is seemingly negative look less negative. So, for instance, we could say words that are used especially for the dead are euphemism. For instance, you come across posters in which is boldly written "gone too soon" or "a call to glory." Now, all that is just an attempt to temper the harsh reality of losing a loved one. So all those expressions are euphemisms at best. Gone too soon, a call to glory, Bolanle has joined our ancestors. Now, that is a less harsh way of saying Bolanle has died. Moving on, the next on our list is irony. Now, an ironical statement is one that attempts to say something in which we mean the opposite of it. So, for instance, if I say Jide is so brilliant, it's called F9 in all his SSE subjects. Now, Jide is so brilliant, yet it's called F9 in all his SSE subjects. Now, that simply means that Jide is actually a very poor student. So please note, an ironical statement is one in which we actually mean the opposite of what we say. Now, moving on, we'll move on to rhetorical question. What is a rhetorical question? A rhetorical question is a question that actually does not require an answer. So, if I were to probably say, why did PTN take interrupt power? Now, I don't need anybody to answer me, simply because I know that power interruptions are things that are common occurrences in Nigeria. In our next video, we'll be looking at more examples of figurative expressions. Thank you.